All right then, welcome aboard the Adventure, the original recreational SUV This is where it all started. In America, it's already the most popular SUV there, and there are 10 million of these on the road. So, is it good? Yes, it is. And you won't believe the price. You're getting a lot of car. However, this is about as off-road as I'm prepared to go in it. It doesn't have a low-range gearbox. It doesn't have a locking diff. And in fact, hang on a minute, this isn't even four-wheel drive.
Coming up in this video, provided I don't get killed by this ominous fog, is the RAV4 the best value for money high-up available today? How much is one, and is it for you? It comes in both front and four-wheel drive. Both have the same engine, power and ground clearance, the front-wheel drive being the cheapest of the two.
The four-wheel drive version is actually very clever. You've got a separate system where the front wheels are being primarily driven by the engine, and then when required or on four-wheel drive mode, the rear-wheel drives are powered by a battery. But the big news, of course, for most people is the boot. This has 580 litres of space, which is about the size of a very large hatchback, but probably more because of this wide area here. Then with the seats down, 1690. I know I keep saying litres, nobody knows what litres means, so here is a comparison.
1690 litres means you get more than one of these, less than a BMW X5, more than this Evoque, and more than this Hyundai Tucson. Or is it Hyundai? Whatever.
Here we are in the children's play area. Now, the first thing I notice here is the softness of the faux leather. I don't mind whether it's leather or not, as long as it smells okay and is soft. Unlike the BMWs, which do have a bit of a sandpapery deck chair feel to the back of them. Two cup holders here, two USBs there. 37 inches of legroom this has got. It is really huge. Lots of headroom, lots of legroom, about the same as you get in a Sportage for reference, and more than you get in an Evoque. And I like this. These, I've not seen this before in any car. We're going to give Toyota a point for that. One of the first things you'll notice about this is the amount of usable power. It has 218 horsepower, which doesn't sound a lot, but it's very usable. It's a 2.5 litre engine with obviously the battery, and they all work together. That's probably why you've got a bit of instant torque there. And the other reason it might be quite quick is the fact that it's only 1,590 kilograms, which is only 100 kilograms heavier than a Sportage, which I think is an achievement, and it's lighter than a BMW X3. This driving position is about as high up and alert as you can get. Enormous lorry-sized wing mirrors for vision, lots of light everywhere. You might not even need a pan roof. It does feel quite American in here with all of the folds. I don't know what American feels like. It just feels really sort of assertive and robust. You know, these big sort of buttons here. There's weird little spaces. In fact, there's a little space here where you can put your ticket. You know, when you go in the car park, you always put it in your mouth. No, don't do that. You can put it in there because they've thought of that. Now, there's a very interesting selection of words that you get, including this reverse noise. They've done this, well, for safety, to stop people with that are partially sighted or whatever from getting run over. But have a listen to this. That's an unusual noise. It's not broken. I can imagine it being a bit embarrassing if you've had like a really bad row with your wife and you want to storm out and do like an aggressive reverse out the drive, and you get this.
To keep you on the move, the RAV4 can wade through 18 inches of water, only beaten in wade depth by the Evoque, which is useful considering most towns in England tend to flood every other Tuesday. It's also very quiet in the cabin.
Yes, road noise is pretty low, actually. Several reasons for that. I might be speaking the obvious here, but ears further away from the wheels because you're in a high up. The wheels themselves are a sensible size and probably okay tyres. And I think the other thing as well is because it's a hybrid, you can hardly hear the engine. I don't even know whether the engine's on. It's in eco. No, I'm not. I'm in eco mode. Right, the engine's not even on. One thing you can hear though is a bit of traffic. So if you're doing a lot of motorway, you will notice the traffic coming past this window. But you know, for this kind of money. So let's now talk about this. because, well, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show you the different menus, and then you can decide whether. So that's the map, and then we've got the radio. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, thank God for that.
Despite that, Toyota's Speedos and that aren't really the best to look at, but they don't care. Instead, they focus on other things like delivering value for money and saving your life.
In fact, there are 42 different safety features that come as standard with this car. 42. I'm not going to read the whole list, it's YouTube, but I am going to read the ones that would cost you more money with a lot of other cars. Radar cruise control, lane departure, anti-pedestrian and cyclist avoidance thing, automatic high beam, reverse camera, and trailer sway control. Now, this can tow about 800 kilograms, so it can control. You can have your disco. Anyway, let's talk about prices. This is the big news. So, Leasing.com. So the first one I'm looking at is £235 a month, £2,000 advance rental, £266 a month, £798 advance rental. Is there an even cheaper one? £800 advance rental, £266 a month. Are they giving? Is this like a? That's giving them away, surely.
What I expected from the RAV4 was for it to feel quite cheap because of its price, but it doesn't. I was also surprised it did 40 miles to the gallon, which must be a record for something that is this commanding to drive. Yeah, the rear camera and JBL sound system you get are nothing special, but they are better than not having them. I also like the very rigid chassis and complete lack of body roll in corners.
Do you know what? This to me is like a good halfway house. You know, like with the whole electric thing and everything. And the other, because I don't know if I believe the government. First of all, it was, right, you've got to get diesel. Diesel's now, everyone gets a diesel. Yep, no, you can't have diesel now. It's all electric. You've got to have electric now. Oh, have we? Right, now before we do that, are you sure?
When it's not making funny reversing noises, the 218 horsepower 4-cylinder 2.5 engine is pretty good. And it has to be, because, well, it's the only engine you can have. It isn't fast and it isn't slow, and you don't have to plug it in. I like that bit. I also like the car in general, actually, and I'm not sure I would even bother with the 4-wheel drive, because for this money, I think I might prefer it to one of its main competitors.
Engines now come in, just going up a hill. Yeah, I mean, you could now say that this is the best value for money SUV in the world now, because this is extremely reliable. Toyota, Lexus, I've said this before, second or third in the world for reliability and customer satisfaction for the last, I don't know, for as long as I can remember. So that it'll never go wrong, it's unlikely to rattle. I think these have a 5-year warranty as well now, which is good. I used to think that the Skoda Kodiaq was a clever and best value for money SUV. That is 4-wheel drive, is better at going off-road, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm not so sure now.
Here's me now in some other cars for similar sort of money. All of these films lovingly crafted for your comparison and evaluation, and available for you to watch as a shiny new subscriber to the channel. If you hit the bell icon, YouTube will also let you know when we upload something exciting. And here is your Leasing.com round of applause for staying till the end. Oh, it looks good in white.